What's going on YouTube? GuardedKam here from Team KYP. Got a deck profile for today. Actually, I just won first place at my locals. Actually, just by chance, because like I actually didn't bring my I usually bring like a heavy hand trap side deck with this deck, but this time I was like, I figured I'll just run it whatever. And it also took third maybe like a month ago. I actually tied with Captain OJ's Cosmos. Yeah, it must have been like a month ago or something. Let's get right to it. Alright, let's get into the deck profile. This is I don't have my side deck on me right now because I was in the switching it out for another deck, but we'll start off with the main deck right now. You run, of course, you run 3 Malicious. He's your main player. Like, oh man, he's so broken. Like, I have a play in here where I'll just get a Link Monster out, use Pot of Equations, and like just keep going back at it again. Like, just keep going, like Fuse or Fuse and Link in that. He's so broken for this. He's like a really good card actually for Link format. Like for especially for the Destiny Heroes, he's super good. Like, I was even thinking of trying to figure out a way to put him in my elementals just to use, because he's so good. Like, if you if any deck that doesn't run him if you can run him, because he's just so broken. He just keeps going back. Like, he's ridiculous. So I play 3 Drill Darks. He's a really good card too. He's like not a Stratos, but he's like extra special summon, because if you normal or special summon him, he can special summon another Destiny hero with equal or less than attack. So you can even special summon your, like, it comes in clutch, like oh man, I got nothing. If I have these 2 in hand, I'm like, alright, normal him, get him the special, Link for 2, and then keep going off of my plays like that for Link 3s and stuff like that, depending on what else is in my hand. Or usually if the play is like, if I'll special summon him, he's a good card to have in graveyard too. Like, you use his effect during the oh yeah, well, GuardedKam does piercing, so sometimes like if someone has a set monster and I'm like, oh man, I'll just battle into it with him using Honest Neo, so he does like 4100 in his attack and does piercing, so it's always good. But him, he when he declares an attack, he stores a face-up spell. He also, if he's in the graveyard on another turn, he's not sent there, along with another Destiny hero, you have no cards in hand. Usually I'll set even just to get him off. You can draw 2 cards by banishing him and the other guy. It's really good. Like, he's saved me like so many times just because like I didn't have extra cards in hand, so I'll just make sure he's in graveyard and just keep going off like that. And every other hero deck, you run 3 Shadow Mist. She's one of the best elementals out there. You usually, like, I run Vion here. Usually I'll send Vion, I'll normal summon Vion, send her to graveyard, get an extra monster in hand, usually either Shadow Mist, Honest Neos, or one of my other Destiny heroes, just to keep going card. Like, even like if I have Poly in hand, well, even Vion searches out Poly, so if you don't have any Polys in hand, he gets it into you. And you just keep going off from there and just keep going. So yeah, here's the Vions. Play 2 Vion. You could play 3, but can clog. And then you have three Vions that don't always work, because he can't be searched out by that's why, like, you don't run emergency call, because you can't search him out, or he can't even if you run like a hero lives and that, can't special summon him, and it'd be good if you could. It'd be broken as hell, but he's good. You normal summon him or special summon him, and he sends a monster graveyard. Usually you send Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist gets you a search off for you. Then you use the same effect the same turn, banish, and then you get a Poly in hand. It's so good. He's like Blaze Man times 2. Like, playing Blaze Man instead of this guy, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, because I even had to explain to somebody why this card was better than Blaze Man. I was like, you're retarded. I play 2 Honest Neos. You could run him at 3, but 2 is good. He's searchable. You can even run him at 1, but I feel like you need him more than enough. Like, and 1 is not enough, because so many times you can use him to save one of your monsters if you try battling, or just if you're trying to battle and do him like a shit ton of damage. He's pretty good. Like at 2, I find it really good because I'm always using him. If I had him at 3, he'd probably clog like a motherfucker. Like, I had him in another deck where it clogged, and I was like, never again at 3. I play 1 Dynatag. He's good if he's in your graveyard with another Destiny Hero, because you banish him, he gives him 1,000 extra attack. So like I just kept like power loading the attack on one time. He also has an effect if like you're about to take damage, you ditch him to the graveyard. But I try using his other effect more, but like it's a lot better. I play 1 Dreamer. It helps protect your Destiny Hero for, like if they try to attack in it or something. You just, if he's in your graveyard, you special summon him, and if you were to take damage or not, he negates the damage and everything. But if he gets attacked and destroyed, he gets banished. He's an okay card. He's just more Destiny fodder. You play 1 Destiny Hero Decider. He's good even on his normal or special summon, or even his other effect if he's in the graveyard. Just like that's how Destiny work, because in case you get taken out of your field, the damage reduction is always there. Play 1 Plasma. I used to run like I play 1 Plasma and 1 Dogma. I used to play like these guys save me now and again, and I used to actually run their fusion, but I found it wasn't as good. Like, and I would waste resources just trying to get him out. And he's a big beat stick and whatever. Like both, well, he's a big beat stick. He's kind of a, but I've actually almost taken a Crystal Wing because with this guy. Like I baited out a Crystal Wing and almost took him, but he ended up Forbidden Chalice me, so it's kind of screwed me up there. But Dogma 2 is good. Like if I leave him on the field and they start to standby phase, he takes half their life points out, and he's a big beat stick, so you gotta try getting rid of him before. But I used to run their fusion, but it wasn't that good. It wasn't optimal. It was pretty much trash. Like it only works good if on your turn, so you have to make it count. But you don't even have to run these guys either. I just like to run them because they're the original beat sticks of their deck instead of their fusions. And I've gotten them out once in a while. It all depends if I like want to make the effort and just keep going. Most of the fusion stuff is what it sticks though. I play 1 Max C. It's the only hero monster in this deck. I think it's not a hero. Only card in the deck. It's not a hero monster, but it's good because Max C's broken. I've gotten so many cards off its draw. You just gotta keep going and go with it. I mean, some people usually want to see Max C, they drop it, but then they don't know what you're playing if you're going second, so they try to play it risky. Play 3 Poly, self-explanatory. Fusion base deck, you gotta run Poly. 3 Mass Change, because of course I'm playing. Most of these Destiny heroes are dark, so if you don't run Mass Change in a dark deck, especially hero deck, you're bad because man, you just keep going off of that and you can get Dark Claw out like crazy, or you get the Anki mode going, you get Anki out, destroy a monster, send a graveyard, get another Mass Change, switch into Dark Claw, just do massive damage. It's crazy. Got a nice engine, draw engine too in here. I got Destiny draw because half my monsters are, well not half, most of them are Destiny heroes. It does suck sometimes. I do have this card in hand sometimes with either an Elemental or Vion, and it doesn't get to go out. I mean, I could normal summon the Vion, get like an extra card in hand, draw, but it all depends on where the duel's going or how it's going. I play 2 Allure of Darkness because, like I said, most of the monsters you play in here are dark, so it's an extra good draw. Like sometimes, like one duel, I remember using all 3 of my Destiny draws along with an Allure, so it was just like I was able to keep going. It was crazy. It was all this massive draw power. Have 2 Hero Lives. I love and hate this card. It's good, but you just cut half your life points in half, and yeah, you have to make sure it counts. Even if it gets, usually I use it as a bait actually. Like they'll usually Solemn Strike, not Solemn Strike, but they'll hit this like with Ash or something just to make sure it doesn't go off. But I like that though, because then at least I baited it out and then I can keep going. Like this is not always, I don't use this always as a first resort, like oh I'm gonna get this, get Shadow Mist, sit on Dark Claw. No, I use this as like a bait for something. Even like Infinity, I used it just a while ago as a bait for Infinity, and then I just went out, I had a Raigeki in hand, blew up his field. And it's just sucks that it's such a heavy cost, but sometimes I'll use it even when I got like almost no life points. Like I used this once, I had 200 life points, and I'm like, and just keep going. As long as I could get something off, that's all that matters. I played 2 Field Wipes, played Dark Hole and Raigeki. Need that in this game now, like especially for this deck. Like sometimes like I can't get a big field out, so I'll just blow up theirs, hopefully, or just at least defend myself a little bit, and at least then have to come back a little bit. Because usually Raigeki and Dark Hole, not too many decks can protect themselves from that. I play one pot of Equations. I should probably be playing 2 of these. I cut it. I had it at 2, but I feel like I should run it back at 2 because this is like, if I get the big playoff and like I have like my 3 banished monsters, like 2 Malicious and Shadow Mist off of Vion's effect or something. This card comes in clutch, like and it just recycles everything. Like, it brings me back my Malicious plays, and I can keep going off. Like I can, like after I did my whole 3 plays with Malicious, I can keep going. It's crazy. This card, I probably will bump this back up to 2 because it's too good not to. Especially for how much I banish monsters in this deck, it's crazy. I play 1 Foolish just to get my Malicious to graveyard, make sure it goes off. Search my Vion if I don't have them, or search any level 4 or lower hero. It doesn't really matter who it is. Could be anybody really, just depending on the situation. And then I play 2 back to the front. This card 2 saves me, and then there's like I have a fusion in the deck, the extra deck that helps bring back my not bring back but send cards, like Death Guy. He sends he's a quick effect. You ditch a card to the graveyard, he sends another Destiny hero to the graveyard, and he also beefs up all Destiny heroes on the field by 200 per each Destiny hero in the graveyard. But yeah, it's just how it is. It's a good card. I didn't even say like it can bring back most graveyard stuff if it's properly summoned. The only thing that sucks, like I'm thinking of switching it maybe back for Call to Haunted, because then you have choice of being in attack or defense mode, but that one's just defense mode. But it doesn't have a heavy cost of like it having to stick with it. Alright, off to the extra deck. I play 1 Dusktopia. He's a very hard card to get out now, like especially with the Link format. Like he takes a lot of resources, but he's not that bad. You can fuse another. If you have extra materials, you can fuse with them. Like he's actually pretty much on a poly by himself. But I don't know. He could have been a lot better. Like he's not that good. Like I go into him rarely, just once in a while, but not too often. I play 2 Dusktopias, Dystopias. He's pretty good. You fusion summon him, and when he's special summoned, he burns while you can target a Destiny hero level 4 or lower in your graveyard, and you can burn him for it. So usually you try going with Jill Dark or Celeste, and you burn for 16. I mean, but on other cases you have like Malicious and whatever, or even if you have another, or if you have like any other Destiny heroes, but a lot of them don't have big attacks, those ones, so you just burn for that. I play 1 Death Guy. I used to run him at 2, but I had to make room, and I don't always like to go into him. I mean, he's easier to go into. He's like 1 Dark Monster and 1 Destiny hero, but he's not as much. Like I don't want to try going into this guy that often because they don't have like the best fusions, these guys. So, I have Master Hero Anki. He's like one of the bigger players too. Like attack, get his effect off, get a mass change. I never use his effect to actually just attack directly because I don't want to just do 14. I want to do as much damage as I can with this deck. So I'll attack, destroy a monster, get a quick change spell to my hand, change for Dark Claw. Run 2 Dark Claws. You gotta run Dark Claw if you're playing any hero deck that has dark monsters. And I run like a large amount of dark monsters, so Dark Claw is needed. I usually protect them too with something like Honest Neos protects them too, brings them up to 4900 just to get there. Play 1 Vision Hero Adoration. I didn't have him in here. I cut him out because I didn't like him, but I found a lot of the times now I couldn't use him because he's just 2 hero monsters, and at some points like where I only had shitty heroes, and like I would go into Death Guy and I didn't like him because he set it off a lot. He could set plays off, but I like just like sometimes I just go into 2 and I don't have that many resources, So just 2 is fine with him. And since a lot of them are like these hero monsters, it doesn't really matter. And then you got Vision Hero Trinity. He's a big gameplay. Like, he makes plays happen. I was able to attack 3 times at once with him before. Attack at 7,500 3 times. Like, you can only attack in the monsters. You can only attack in the monsters. You can't attack your opponent directly because you could obviously attack 3 times. It'd be broken. But I don't like going into him a lot sometimes because I overcommit for this. He's I mean, it's 3 monsters, 3 hero monsters, and you have to overcommit a big board to get him out, or even in hand. But that's what it sucks because he's really good. But you're going into a blitz after that. Like, you just gotta make sure you're OTKing in that 1 turn, because if not, you're kind of dead in the water. Because then the next turn he's only back down at 25. He's good though. I like him. I overcommit sometimes and it screws me up. Like, there's a duel with Captain OJ. I ended up not going into him, and if I did, I probably would have won the match. But I chose against it because it's, I don't know, it just doesn't work all the time. Like, you know, especially if you get striked or whatever, I'm screwed. Cause I lost a lot of monsters out of him. And I played one Agishic Magician. I actually played Proxy, but I like this guy better because where his markers are, at least then I don't have to really big commit if I don't want to. Instead of going with Proxy, and then because the Proxies are left and right, and then I'd have to actually go into overcommit and get for decode. At least this one I don't have to, and it has a decent effect where I can bounce if I want. But I don't know. It's an okay card for now until we get our Masked Hero one. At least that one's a little bit better. Play one Decode Talker just to go into, because with this deck it's super easy to get out with the malicious plays and that, even Topologic Bomber. Like, I go into him sometimes and just to get the extra play, I'll just special summon it and then blow up the field. It's really good. Like, it's one of my, it's a big, like, it's for 4, it's not even that hard to do, especially with this deck. It's crazy. I can get that guy out almost all the time if I want. But I don't like going into it, it blows up my field too, so it's fun though. I play one number 41 Baguska. This card is stupid. Konami was just like, let's make a skill drain with legs, and this is that card, and it's super good. I've got just to stall decks out. Sometimes I'll go into it, and like, if I have no other plays to keep going, I'll be like, screw it, I gotta go into it. I don't like going to him because he stalls my deck too. So, but I go into it just to stall, like if I have to. And then I play small utopic package. Because like the extra deck is tight as it is, I'd run the extra prime, but sometimes I just go into them just to beat over something. I do have a side deck for this deck. I was using it for another deck at the moment, but it's mostly hand traps. Like, I play all the like Ghost Ogre, friggin' Ash Blossoms. Like, all the stuff you have to play nowadays, because if you're not playing it, you're not gonna win anything, because everybody wants to stop all your stuff. But I'll have to show it to you one of these days when I finally get around to it. But hopefully you liked the video. I really enjoy this deck. It's really, really fun. Like, oh man, I have so much fun with this deck. It's crazy. But hopefully, give me some pointers. Like, I'm always down for pointers. But I try keeping it more or less like pure. It's not pure because it runs max C and whatever. But I mean, I always try keeping it around its own archetype. Not I try not going out of it. But I mean, that's what makes a deck not always as good. But it could always be better. But hopefully you liked it. I enjoy this deck. I love this deck. It's one of my like recent fun decks I've built that I just really enjoy. Like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching. GuardedKam out. See you later.